Hey guys, welcome to India. This, as you can see, is the airport, but it's not any normal airport. It's Delhi's very own Indira Gandhi Airport, and it was constructed in the name of Indira Gandhi, one of the first prime ministers of India, who was very renowned for progressing India in what most call the right direction. So, as you can see, there's tons of people going in, coming out, doing whatever. And, well, most people here are going in because we're standing in the departure section where the people go to come into the airport and, leave the country. But in other portions, just like any airport, there's many people doing many things. And it's basically like an American airport, except with Indian people and perhaps Indian restaurants and gifts and stuff in the airport itself. So, welcome to India, and I hope y'all enjoy it. It's a pretty fun time if you open your mind up to the Indian experience. As you can see all around you, there are many Indians, but not only Indians. Like, for example, there's some Asian ladies over there, a white guy right there. I don't know if you can see him, but there's like another Asian couple right there. And there's a lot of diversity of people who come to India because it's a big country and people have their own reasons. Some of them may have relatives, or some of them may actually be from India, because there's many ethnic minorities in India that may look like of different races. Like, for example, a lot of people in the Northeast may be commonly mislabeled as ethnic Asians or Chinese or Japanese or something like that. It happens a lot, but it's just the nature of having such a big continent, teeming fully with such large amounts of diversity and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Hope you enjoy India. As you can see, my mom's over there talking to an Indian she just met. As you can probably tell from her classes, my mom is a very sociable and open person, and a professor. And what else? Oh yeah, recently they redecorated that little exit area, and on the other side it says enter. So it's basically like they redesigned it to say Merry Christmas, welcome, and stuff like that. Because there are a lot of Indian Christians, as it was colonized by Christians earlier. So some of these Christian holidays like Easter, Christmas, and a little bit of like Americanized holidays like Thanksgiving and Halloween are celebrated to an extent here. For example, on Christmas Day itself, it was a pretty chill day. Nothing really much happened, except at night people went out to party. There was a lot of like festive stuff in some parts of the city. It was mostly the same, except like with a little bit of hats around the place and drunk people on the street. And speaking of drunk people, every place in the world has their own set of problems. Actually, every place in the world has the same set of problems, except to a different degree. Like, for example, there's still the same problems here as America, like kind of bad infrastructure, an alcoholic problem, a homelessness problem, just like there is in America, except it's just to varying degrees. And you're going to find that everywhere around this country, especially when we head over to Assam. We're going to see all the other fun stuff in Assam. But also, one thing you also notice about Delhi when you go outside the doors, there's a lot of smog. It's because it's in a highly industrialized region, also coupled with the monsoon effects of the dry season and wet season cycle. It creates a lot of fog that which mixes with the natural, with the unnatural smog generated by the bunch of factories in the area. And also coupled with the fact that there's like 1.85 billion people in this country, and the fact that a large amount of people live in this relatively small city, not small city, like this really dense city. So there's tons of people per square mile or kilometer, which means there's tons of littering, tons of garbage, and tons of oh, my jacket's, oh no, this is not good. Come on, this can't be the end for my jacket. Oh man, yeah, as you can see, my jacket's bust. It's like doing that zipper thing where, like, it comes apart. Anyways, what else? In India, there are this is the style now. Count Dracula style, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, so as I was saying about India's density problem, the density problem also accumulates in large piles of trash that lie on the outskirts of the city. They're pretty big, like the size of a 4-story, 5-story building. And you're not going to see them on this trip because we didn't visit them this time. But in 2017 when I came, they're already like 40 feet, 50 feet tall. So I can only imagine how bad it's gotten over time. But also, it's also like a unique testament to the human condition, because no matter what, human culture and human identity, human life will always struggle and mostly succeed to find a way to survive, even in such seemingly inhospitable conditions. In fact, when I was in the airport, on the airplane coming down into India, there's like a permanent layer of smog over the city, so the entire city is obscured from a top-down view. You can't see anything up from the top, from the coming in perspective. It's like a little flat plate of fog. And when you go in the city, there's about a visibility of around 600 meters, so anything past 600 meters is not visible. And it creates a really interesting effect. It's like a permanent fog modification on your eyesight at all times. It's like, you know, you should be seeing something, but it isn't exactly there. It's also prevalent all around any Indian industrialized city, although it's not everywhere though. You have to remember that India also has a lot of non-colonized, non-industrialized land that is very beautiful and very clean compared to city areas like Delhi and Guwahati, which you're going to get to see a little bit later. Guwahati in particular is like a little mini Delhi. The buildings aren't as tall, the smog isn't as bad, but it's still there, and the buildings are also still there. Also, another thing, a quick note I'd like to note is that there's a lot of American brands in India, like for example, Starbucks, Wendy's, KFC. KFC is pretty big here because Indians don't eat beef, so like chicken's a huge thing. And then, but unfortunately, Chick-fil-A is not here. I don't know why, but it is not here. And these American brands in Indian context, they're just a lot better. Like for example, you go to Starbucks. Have you ever ordered a Starbucks sandwich? Like the Starbucks sandwiches at Starbucks in America are pretty bland. They're really kind of dry and overall unflavorful. However, when I was in Starbucks just the other day at India, they gave me a croissant sliced in half with tandoori chicken and some little sauce and a little bit of onion. Put the top on, and they gave that to me. It was so good. It was so buzzing.
ये नहीं चलेगा
माँ
बंद कीजिए
Okay, thank you. Thank you.